Episode 3 of The Real Ones coming at you. Ethan, how we sounding over there, buddy? Sounding good.
Sounding good.
How you feeling, Thomas?
You
You looking lined up.
I'm looking lined up.
Shout out, Maintain Bespoke. They are the homies.
They are the homies. First time there today, and definitely pleased.
Yeah, tell me about
Definitely
it.
pleased.
Tell me about the whole experience.
Oh, man. Got in there. Got right in the chair. And then, I really felt like Marcos.
Cared.
He cared.
He cared.
That's the word. He cared. He cares about the
Everyone
crowd.
there cares.
Everyone there.
Oh, my God, this guy. Had to check his DMs mid fucking.
No. Our first guest is just updating me on where they're at.
What's his ETA?
ETA is 3 minutes.
Oh, word, perfect.
Yeah.
Tell him swing a right when he gets into the building.
Yeah.
Look for MediaX Marketing, and we'll be here. Ethan, can we get a refill on the water so we could chug with our boy? All right.
I'm good on the refill.
Dude, stay
I
hydrated.
didn't even drink much of it.
I drank a lot of mine.
Yeah, I'll give you an empty cup.
He's gonna bring it into frame. Oh, all right. So continue.
But yeah, I genuinely felt like he cared.
Looking right. What was the outcome?
Broke out the hot towel.
Ooh.
And good conversation too. Most times I don't really like talking to my barber. I just like to chill there and just, but
Yeah.
it was good conversation. I felt comfortable. Definitely will be
Highly recommend.
highly recommend.
All right. I'm excited. So, explain to us, how do you know the guest that's coming on?
Oh man, this guest, he's basically like the best way to describe it, he's like a brother of mine. We grew up together. We really, if there's one person that I could say was with me in the trenches and I was with him in the trenches, this is the guy.
In the trenches.
In the trenches. He runs his own training business, was once high school, college football star, went to the NFL for a little bit, had a little stint there, and he kind of took that and created his own training business out of that, and is really thriving with it, has a great work ethic, and uses a lot of content for what he does. He's big on that. Very goal-driven person, very dedicated.
Yeah.
Really good person to talk to, has a really good story, has been through a lot.
We should drop one of the videos you did.
Yeah, we definitely will. We're gonna dive into
include
that.
it.
We're gonna dive into that. But today is we're bringing it back with the family.
Always. We're all family.
All family.
If you're on the podcast, you're family.
Your family, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby.
I'm excited. I'm excited for these
I like
podcasts.
when Joe does that. Give us a
Yeah, baby.
no.
Oh, what?
Yeah, baby.
Yo, Ethan, can you just do me one solid? Can you grab me just a tissue? I feel like I should blow my nose. I feel like, oh, dude, my man's got him on deck. Can you do a sequence every time TP texts where it's like, and I'm just sitting around like waiting to
That's
talk?
never gonna happen though, because this is before the podcast is starting.
This is the good part. Well, I mean, they're all good parts.
Dontae's here. What's up?
All right, you want to introduce our guest?
Nah, we gotta start fresh because I gotta move.
Oh, come on in. Damn, I'm excited to fucking talk to you, bro.
Hey man, it's like he's told us so much about you, and I'm like, man,
Same.
never met him
Yeah,
yet. I
dude.
figured,
TP's a real family person.
oh my God,
Big family guy.
nothing like no other. He's a part of ours.
How long have you known TP?
Like sixth grade. He's a year older than me, so we like officially met at a basketball camp.
Oh,
and it's crazy. I was on my SoundCloud and the song came up. The Winner by Drake. I'm a huge Drake fan, and he was at the time too. And he was like, "Yo, this Drake song, The Winner, like you gotta bump it." So ended up clicking through that the next day. I was like, bro, that was like the best I've ever heard. And then we at the end of or at the middle of basketball camp, we would have lunchtime. So they'd order pizzas or whatever, or if your parents brought you food from home, you have that. And it would just be like common time just with the entire camp, older guys, and just build a camaraderie, you know what I mean? Just different friendships. So we ended up bumping into each other and just having to sit with each other at lunch, and it turned into an everyday thing. The camp was like a week, but it was like a 3 or 4 week camp type. So like you could sign up each week and come back.
So you were sitting with each other every day.
Yeah. So basically, so it was like, yo, are you coming next week? Kind of like, I'm here. Like,
I'll sit next to you tomorrow.
I'm coming back. And it was kind of like some kids wouldn't come back the following week. So like that would be the last time you would see them until school started.
Yeah.
So it had just so happened like he's like, yo, like I'm gonna come back next week. So the next week it kind of just turned into another thing. And then like I said, he was a year older than me, so he went to middle school. And then after that, I like rekindled with both of these guys when they were in 7th grade. I was in 6th, and then it really hit off probably the year after that. So his 8th grade year, my 7th grade year, we were in sister units in middle school, and lunchtime was just top 5, just jokes. And from there, it just built stronger and stronger. High school was, I would see this man every day till like sunrise to literally damn near sunrise the next day.
Damn.
Like we would chill all day. Like it was just a group of us.
What was young Thomas like?
Young Thomas, Vinny Chase.
Young Vinny Chase, always.
With the hair. He had
I used to have long hair, Joe.
He had the like Justin Bieber like.
Oh, can we insert some
flip.
photos?
Oh my
We will.
God, you
We
have
will.
to please.
We will.
Like Vinny Chase, he was an athlete, lacrosse, basketball, played a little football. You gotta ask him about the football route he took.
Another day.
But nah, same old like how he is now, just less hair.
Less hair.
He was still big as hell. We can curse on here.
You can curse on here.
Alright,
We don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh, word. All right, cool. Fuck.
For now, we don't get
Right.
Facts. But no, Tom, same old, hasn't changed a bit, real mellow, introvert like a motherfucker. Like,
damn.
to himself. If you know him, though, he's one of the funniest motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Now that I can curse, it's just
Yeah.
drop, but I'll clean it up. But it's been my brother since day one. Very family-oriented with my family as well. Like, he can come to barbecues, cookouts, Christmas parties, birthdays, whatever, even when I'm not there. You know what I mean? Like, they love him as much more than they love me. I feel like sometimes. I'm not even kidding. Nah, both of them, for real. Like, family stories. I was at Syracuse for 4 years, and they would come to my house, watch my games when I'm not there with my family.
That's fine.
Would travel to the games with them, sit with them at every game. When I was in Arizona, I packed just for the weekend because I was a trial guy, so I didn't know if I was going to make the team or not. And weekend went as planned. Ended up making the team, and I told the coach when's my flight back home? I gotta finish packing, and they were like, oh, you're here for good. And I was like, I only brought a duffel bag worth of like 2 pairs of underwears and some socks. Thinking I was gonna go back home regardless, and I called both of them up like, yo, stop what you're doing, you gotta go to my house like right now and just get out everything that I need. They got shoes, all my winter stuff, like they packed as if I was moving there for good, so I can't ask for a better 2 pair of brothers right there, along with my actual blood brothers, but they're as closest blood to me than anything.
Word.
Well, let's start off with that.
Yeah.
Welcome back, podcast number 3. We got the infamous Dontae Strickland.
Yes, sir.
You just heard him kind of go into our relationship a little, but this is my brother right here. One of very few brothers that I have. Man, worked his way from the ground up. High school football star, college football star, did a little stint in the NFL, played in some other places as well, but always a hard worker. Took those talents, applied them to his new training business, Top Dog Training, and is flourishing with that at the ground level still, but we all know where that's going. And yeah, man, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, man. Hey,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah.
Water time.
Oh, water time. So we like to start off big health guys, hydration.
I'm cool with it.
We're going to start off with sipping a little water. I already got mine.
Thank you. That's crazy. I actually need one. I think I left my water bottle over there.
We need to get another table over here.
Cheers.
Can we cheers this?
Cheers.
I can move this real quick?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to break anything.
Cheers.
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
Let's do it.
Hydration. Cheers, Ra. Ra's got his orange juice.
I was gonna say, you got the-
We'll cut the camera to him at one point.
the orange.
Ra's also one of my brothers, very close. Another hard worker. He's got his own story in his own way, and he's gonna make his way onto this podcast someday because I know he's going to be doing some special stuff with his content and what he's got going on too. So, for
So
sure.
tell me, like, where'd you start? So football, that was always your passion, your love?
I would say baseball.
Baseball?
I was a bat boy for my brother's travel baseball team when he was 8. So I'm 4 years younger than him. So I was like 4, turning 5. And always just Mike Piazza was my favorite baseball player. I didn't know anything about football. So you talk to me, I would just look at you and run away. And basketball as well was another thing. But baseball was probably my first love.
Really?
And then as time went on, it kind of transitioned to football because just my personality is more. I need to be more physical, barbaric, I guess.
Yeah.
Not
Want to be in there?
Yeah, you know.
You just want to be in
the
there.
mix. Like baseball kind of got too boring.
Yeah.
Basketball was turning to like everything's a foul.
Yeah.
So like football kind of just. I had a bad day, like I was able to take my anger out on somebody, you know.
Yeah.
But it was just like I was a different person on the field rather than the baseball field, the baseball diamond, or the basketball court. Football was my sanctuary. That was my home. You know what I mean? My comfort zone. And yeah, if you see me play, you could probably see.
One of the most, you put the ball in his hands and it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, you already know what's going to happen with it.
Yeah.
He's going to the end zone.
Did you have a hard time letting go of baseball?
Very. My parents. So when I told them this was 8th grade, going into freshman year of high school. So I kind of knew like, all right, football and basketball were kind of my things. I was doing AAU during the summer for basketball. So baseball was kind of on the back burner. I didn't have much time to train as much for baseball. Even when I was younger, it would be during travel baseball tryouts would be during football season, like towards the end, and my team would play pretty much into the winter time because we would go to the playoffs and stuff. So I wouldn't have enough time to get my arm ready, you know, swing a bat, you know, playing football. I was kind of stronger than a lot of the baseball guys. So the transition into that was kind of tougher in a way, but I was still the best guy out there.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was just like, you know what, let's just stick with just one sport or just narrow it down kind of. Like I would still play rec baseball, but the travel coaches wanted me to play travel. So they were like, come on, we need you. Then the high school coaches wanted me to play then, and I'm just like, it's too much politics out here. Like I wasn't falling in love with it anymore, and it was just like I'm waking up, I'm just here. Like I was the best guy. I was hitting a bunch of home runs, striking everybody out. It was getting boring. So
Damn.
football kind of took over. Basketball as well, but then I stopped my sophomore year, and football just took the thing home.
Damn.
When was the first time that you, for football, that you watched your own highlights? That you saw any piece of content for what you're doing? What was that feeling like?
Man, it was weird. I'll say it was, Ryder Siegel's dead. So I had Pop Warner film. I have this tape at home, 2007 versus Franklin. I scored 3 touchdowns. And so I watched it a year later, so I was in 4th grade. So 5th grade I watched it. So that was my first time watching a full game. It felt crazy because you're like, that's me. Like, me, I'm running that fast. Like, I'm doing this to these kids and stuff like that. Yeah, so 5th grade was my first time watching it, and now you can go on YouTube and stuff and just type in whatever and see any highlights now. So I wish I had my old highlights on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see like your first highlight tape compared to the last highlight
To what
tape.
it is now, yeah. I have it at home, so we got to tune in.
Yeah,
sure.
maybe we'll get some.
Put
of
a
that.
clip.
And, we're definitely gonna show you guys what this man's capable of on the field. But outside the field now, you are now taking on a whole different path in your life. It's always been sort of football. And before we touch on that, sort of, you had time at Syracuse.
For sure.
You know, it was a ride for you, and then you went and did your stint with the Cardinals for a little bit and made your way around. What sort of through that time, what were you sort of learning about yourself and learning about the whole way of that life?
Probably in that time, so that was a 5-year stint from Syracuse to Arizona. I was on my own a lot, away from family, not too far, not too close, like a 3.5, 4 hour drive from there. But then Arizona was flights. You got to take 2 connecting flights. If not, you could take one for about 5 hours in the air. Learning about myself out there was probably just maturing. I mean, Thomas could tell you, like, I've always been on the move. I've been, hands in one thing while I got to take care of another thing, but always, helping out anybody or doing anything I can in my part to help benefit somebody else. So I would say probably the most thing is maturing, but also dealing with adversity. At Syracuse, being an African American male at a top-notch university, it's kind of like, okay, how'd you get here? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you got a full ride scholarship. What else can you do? You know what I mean? So I'll say South Brunswick High School, my high school, and my town as a whole kind of got me ready for the outside world. A very diverse town with a lot of stuff we got going on now. Kind of got me ready, kind of got me prepped for that. And I was able to do it on my own, without having my family, backing me up in person. They were there with me spiritually and verbally, phone calls, text messages and stuff. But I would say it was more so maturing and dealing with adversity.
Definitely. It's crazy how it like transitions to like what you're doing now, right? That loneliness of being an entrepreneur now, you're kind of taking that same mentality and everything that you learned and transitioning it to your new business.
Yeah, you've really always been an entrepreneur if you think about it.
Oh my God.
You've always been your own business,
Right.
always trying to promote yourself
Yeah.
and, hey, man, look at this play. I can do this for you guys.
Right? And even then, I like to say I had my own fat head. I don't know how many people.
Yeah,
do this.
one of those big
One of
cutout.
fat heads, for you guys don't know, before it was during the poster time, but you could carve out like your favorite athlete, your favorite singer, whatever, and stick it on your wall. And this photographer would come to our games every Sunday, and I think BG Sports or whatever, I forgot his name, Bill Gaze or something, not Bill Gates, but Bill Gaze was his name. And he showed up, had his little table stand during the games, and he had a fat head of me. And I was like, are we promoting this? Like, not even knowing what this is. I'm in 4th, 5th grade, and I'm like, is this, like, I can take this home? He's like, once the season's over, I'll give it to you. So I had, like, one of the first customized made fat heads ever.
You still got it?
Nah, our family moved so much, it got lost in storage. It's probably, somebody has it somewhere. It's in the garbage somewhere, collecting some type of dust, but I need that. Whoever has it, I need it.
Damn,
sure.
so, yeah, now this Top Dog training, what
Yes, sir.
what was how'd you make that decision that was going to be the next step?
So for me, it was more so after I got cut, I knew I couldn't work for anybody. Like, just call a spade a spade. I'm very on my own. You could tell I like being the head of the show, the star of the show. So I was like, all right, let me get hands-on with something that I'm good at, something that I know a lot about. So this came about 2020. I started training my younger brother, Devin, and like 5 of his basketball teammates and one of his boys that play football. And trained with them for, 2, 3 months. They ended up going from like 1-23 in their season to one of the second best record in South Brunswick history. My brother scored. He's the 3rd leading scorer of South Brunswick history all time. And the parents saw a physical change in their kids and mentally too as well. I like to tap into the mental aspect more than the physical training because I feel like mental
Just have to battle.
is more than half.
Yeah.
It's like,
Majority.
I like to say it's damn near 99.9. Like,
Damn.
because I tell Thomas all the time, like, we talk, and it's like your mental, you're with yourself more than you're with yourself more than anybody, anyone, anything, than your phone. Your mind is going in your sleep, like you're having dreams, and once you wake up, what do you got? I gotta brush my teeth. You know what I mean? That's your mind telling you that. You know what I mean? Your body could be like, I don't feel like doing it, but your mind's gonna be like, you want your breath to stink, like, you know what I mean? So it's just like that mental part is huge. So I like to touch on that a lot. But getting back to how everything got started, after the training them, the parents kind of messaged me like, yo, what's up? You trying to do something with this? Like, we'll pay you even more than what you're charging me now. And I was just like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna get back into training for football and stuff. And then a few weeks later, COVID hit. So we're all home in our rooms, not going anywhere. And I was just like, okay, like those checks hit that we were getting, and I was just like, I need to make some extra money, you know what I mean, and get some going. And I was like, why not go full through with the training business? And one came to one, and another domino fell down, and here I am with trained well over 200 clients now. I think I calculated it the other day, 275
Oh, damn.
since
Yeah.
2020. A few basketball teams, D1 athletes, D2, D3, junior college, athletes, 9 to
Everybody.
5. Yeah, anybody you can think of,
Everybody.
I've trained
Yeah.
or am training or is currently.
Is it all sports or?
All sports, from
Really?
football, basketball, cricket, soccer, volleyball, track, lacrosse, baseball,
Yeah.
everything.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know. So one of the first things you did
I'm so
when you
excited.
started everything was you made an Instagram account. You made your social media accounts. What was your mindset on that? You knew right away, I got to push out content. I need
Yeah.
to show people what I'm doing. And how did that work out for you? And how is it going for you?
Well, I'll say, I could thank this man right here. He had shots by TP before I had Top Dog Training, and I want to say thank you for getting me started with this social media, because I try to separate Dontae Strickland from Top Dog Training, if that makes sense. So I have my other personal account that I'm verified, and people are like, oh my God, like, why aren't you posting stuff on there? And I'm like, I could, but that's my other identity. This is Top Dog Training. I want to be the business side, entrepreneur side. I don't want you guys to mix.
And that took time to build as well. You're just your name. Like
Exactly.
you weren't always verified.
Exactly.
So Top Dog Training's at the ground level.
Exactly.
It's gonna work its way
So
up.
from there, when I started, I reached out to him like, okay, like, what do I do? How do I get stories? How do I get posts? What's the best time to post? Because I didn't know, like, when I was in college or whatever, when Instagram first started, I would post at 2 a.m., get like 5 likes or whatever, and then same thing with college. Like I didn't know it was a perfect timing or to post and get the most feedback or likes or whatever. So he really got me started on that standpoint, and it was just like, your business is not going to grow unless nobody knows about it. So Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat was probably the best way to reach out to people, especially during COVID too.
Consistency is
Yeah.
like big. Like that's what I like. I can't always be there to film everything. So like I told Dontae, like
Do it yourself.
It doesn't matter what you're filming it on, what you're doing. Just get the content out there.
Yeah.
Just consistency.
And the crazy thing was I used to videotape it and send it to him. Like, yo, it would have like 30, 40 videos by like 12 p.m. And he's like, yo, bro, like I could edit this, but it's like, you're gonna have to start doing it on your own. I was just like, no, but like you're professional at this, and I'm like, it looks way better when you do it than me. And then I like when he would come to the sessions, I would kind of like just watch him from afar and see like, okay, what angles is he getting? How's he doing it? Turning the camera, what's he doing? What is he posting? How long? So really watching him, kind of, I was the learner in that sense, and he was a teacher. So it was kind of, he took me under his wing and got me started with all of this. So the social media's part wouldn't be where it's at without Thomas.
How did you learn? You kind of just started doing it yourself?
Yeah, I would say kind of just watching him. I would see others. So I've had my trainers in Arizona and Boston or whatever, and at Rutgers, they have social media accounts too, and their following is way bigger than mine right now because they've been going at it for like 10 years plus. So I would see their posts and see how they would cut videos up, put the best of the workout, but not the best, because you don't want people taking your stuff or seeing what this client is capable of doing. So I would put personal videos for them to send out to coaches and stuff on the side. But other than posting on my the Top Dog Training Instagram, I would just post like the best clip of the day or that workout that they had, the best set that looked like, but they wouldn't see like the actual groundwork that we're doing with them. So
Yeah, that's crazy. So I kind of want to circle back to separating yourself from Top Dog, because it's hard, because obviously we try to do that too with us, like my personal brand, MediaX Marketing, the weddings events. What's like your tip to kind of separate brands, like, and try to make them two separate accounts?
Well, for me, I'm a big name in my town. Like I used to not be able to go into certain like Wawas and stuff, but like I would send them in there to go to Wawa for me. Like, yo, like I don't want to talk to this certain person because they're gonna ask me about the game, they're gonna ask about me, about sports, and I'm just not trying to talk to them about it right now. Like I'm having fun with my friends right now. Like this is not the day and time to be doing it. So probably since I was younger, I kind of separated myself with myself, I guess, if that makes sense. Like when
It's hard to
when
do.
it was football time, like, all right, ask me all the football questions you want. If I'm at practice, whatever, let's talk. The second practice or whatever is over, no matter what sport it is, game, that I'm out of that. My uniform is done. I'm Dontae. Like, ask me how my day went. You know what I mean? People don't even ask me how my day went. They ask me, oh, how'd you do this weekend? Like, oh, you guys ready to get? Are you guys ready to win? Are you meant to, like, how am I doing?
You're a person.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, they would just see me as a figure. Like, oh, go score a touchdown. Go hit a home run or something. You know, instead of asking how I was doing. And as simple as that seemed and how lame that might sound, is like, for me, that's a lot. You know what I mean? Because you care about me, not me on the football field or on the baseball field or anything like that. So I kind of say I've been separating it since I was younger, but my advice would probably, I have 2 phones, so I separate everything from that standpoint as well. So you have people have my personal phone, they have my business phone. I have 2 Instagrams. I have my personal Instagram and my business Instagram, 2 Twitters. So I kind of guess, like, just separating and having different accounts, different emails, kind of just makes your mental like, okay, I got to tap into my business side. Okay, when I'm done with the day, I can tap into hanging out with friends and being me, playing video games, you know, having fun and stuff like that. So
It's a mental health aspect about it.
it is. It's crazy, and a lot of people don't realize that is, like I said, 99.9% of the battle. Like, you're with yourself every day, and that mental is extremely big, and a lot of people don't realize it. And just reaching out to people who, you know what I mean, are to themselves a lot, reaching out to them, just saying, how you doing, or just saying, you know, have a good day, simple as that, means a lot, just goes a long way.
And now that you're sort of stepping into, like, I would say more role model part of your life, how do you preach to these younger guys about being on social media, seeing all these videos of all these big time guys doing these workouts, doing these crazy drills, and immediately they're comparing themselves to this or thinking they should do that? How do you, what do you tell them, or when they come to you, hey, Dontae, like, I don't really know what's going on right now, and a lot's coming at me.
For me, my advice right there is what you said in the question. Like, they compare themselves to people. Stop right there. Like, once you compare yourself to somebody, your mental is defeated, because you're like, oh, he's doing one thing extra than me.
Yeah.
I did 10 push-ups, he did 11. Like, as simple as that. One extra thing goes a long way in your mind, because you're telling yourself, I'm not good enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. Social media part of it is, personally, I don't like it. For the kids, I like it as far as getting content out, but I feel like they spend too much time seeing the likes, wanting to post specific stuff to get approval by people, from the outsiders. And us growing up, we didn't have, like, social media was just getting started. Like, it was always out there, but Instagram wasn't.
We always say we wish I was doing what I was doing back
then. Like, especially Thomas, like, if he had the camera when we were in school, them highlights crazy. But, like, for them, it's so hard in this day and age, and it's just like, I wish we could take it back, because it's like, we had to work from the ground up without anybody seeing anything, and now they could go work out and walk outside, get a new car, and post it, and everybody sees it. And it's just like, they're taking the fruits of their labor for granted. Like, we work, not saying like they're not going through the trials and tribulations that we went through whenever, but I just feel like they're gifted it more easier than we were, and they take it for granted. You know what I mean? So that'd probably be my take.
Yeah, it's it's definitely like social media. We talk about it all the time, like just
Love-hate relationship with it.
for real. Yeah, especially like even running a business, it's still you behind it. And at times it's like, oh man, like I don't even like, I got this stuff I can post, but
Yeah,
I'm just mentally like, you're kind of just exhausted with it at times.
exactly, because it's like, you see this, not the same thing, but it's just repetitive in a way, and it's just like, I have the same video, I could post it, and it's just like, then they're gonna say like, I'm hopping on a bandwagon, like, oh, you only posted that because so-and-so posted it. It's like, no, this is my Instagram, this is my social media platform.
Yeah.
I post, like you said, it's you behind it. I post what I want to post. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not following anybody or doing anything.
And at the end of the day, everyone's just copying each other anyway. Once a trend comes out, millions of people are doing that same trend.
Yeah,
it's
talk
all like
about it
trends.
all the time. Like everything is just inspiration from something else
Yeah.
you saw. Like nothing's
original.
Nothing
Yeah.
is original.
Nothing's original.
No.
And like, I mean, it's crazy because like in some crafts, you have people like really go at people for even taking a little bit of inspiration. But then like say football, everyone talks about how I model my game after this person.
Yup.
I model my game after this person.
And it's never, this is my game.
Yeah.
I do this because I saw it from somebody, but this is my little tweak to it. So like, yeah, sports is so common to compare. We compare the greats, Michael Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe.
Exactly.
It's top three. Like, and we had sit downs for hours and hours of like, who's better? It's just like, we weren't around Michael Jordan when he was playing. We saw highlights and stuff, but I was born in '97, so I didn't really physically see him play until like I was of age of understanding of what was going on. LeBron and Kobe, I've seen both of them play numerous times. You know what I mean? It's like I can compare those two together, but I just see highlights, like, you know what I mean, from Michael Jordan. So it's crazy, the comparison and everything, from business to sports to politics, everything is just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It all circles back to the same shit too. I feel like the themes of life, they all kind of blend together.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now stepping into the future, where's Top Dog going? Where do you want it to go? I know we have some new things around the corner. We got some new logos. Kind of freshening up the.
Yeah. Let me take a sip of water for this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dehydrate too. That's a good idea.
Got some new merch dropping.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so Dontae's about to let you guys know some stuff.
Where are you based out of too?
I'm based out of South Brunswick.
South Brunswick.
So,
If you need to get trained,
Yeah.
let them know.
I travel South Brunswick. I'm really like the Middlesex area. South Brunswick, Franklin, Monroe, East Brunswick, Sayreville, Plainsboro.
Yeah.
You name it, I'm at. You know what I mean? If you want to get that work, hit me up. But Top Dog, right now, we did a little edit on the logo. We're going to drop that, I want to say it's Tuesday, probably sometime this week, early next week. Got some new merch coming in, toddler sizes, youth sizes, and adult sizes. We're doing like hoodies, dry fit shirts, dry fit long sleeves, crew necks.
You're shooting all of it, TP?
Oh, we're gonna be shooting
Little fall season, yeah.
Yeah, you got to do something in here, bro.
We're gonna be shooting all of it. We like to get some,
Get some model shots on the
get
backdrop.
some stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, we're even gonna. My niece is gonna be on there. She's gonna be our toddler model
Sick.
for the toddler drop. So
Shout out Malia.
Shout out to Malia, 1-year-old niece. She's an Aries. All three of us are Aries in here. So yeah, she's got a full energy. But yeah, other than that, Top Dog, we'll be back inside coming up soon. I know wintertime's coming up too, so we'll be back inside. Indoor locations coming soon. Yeah, we got a few stuff, like Thomas said, we got a few stuff cooking in. Yeah, so the merch stuff is pretty much all I'm gonna tell y'all about. Just stay tuned. Watch for the merch drop. I'll probably drop a time and a date for that coming up soon. Maybe after this, who knows? Might drop it after this, who knows?
Where can they find out more about you?
Social media, Top Dog Training on Instagram.
You can talk to him right in this
right
too,
here?
if you
Okay,
want.
cool.
Talk to your people right there.
At Top Dog Training on Instagram. At TDT Training _ on Twitter. We got a website as well at topdogtraining.com. The merch website is topdogtrainingmerch.com. Let's see if they can add everything at the bottom. But yeah, we'll have everything for y'all. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We got it all 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever platforms it is. We got it all.
You want to leave the people? You got any quotes? Got any little food for thought for the people? We'll end with that.
Some quotes. Let me think. I'll be on Twitter dropping some knowledge in the morning every now and then. Here, let me go back.
Oh, let me ask you one more question before we end it. We asked all of our guests this.
I got a good one.
What's one piece of advice you would give your younger self, and what's one piece of advice you would give your older self?
Ooh. Damn, that's a good one. Younger self advice, I would say, take what the adults were giving me as far as advice and listen to it. When I was younger, I was a knucklehead. Like, I listened to them, but I didn't listen. Like, I got a quote. Let me cut into the quote first. I got it. All those who have ears, listen. So I'll tap back into what your question was. my college football coach would say this, Dino Babers, and he would always say at the end of practice, all of those who have ears listen. I'm like, what the hell are you saying? And if you have ears, some people choose to listen or not to whatever advice you're giving them. And the ones that care and have goals and want to achieve those goals will actually listen to what you're saying and take it into their terms of how they could grasp it and understand it for them and take it and run with it, whether it's good or bad, whether it's you got $1 million in the safe tomorrow, whether you're in a jail cell the next day. Like, you had a choice that day, and whatever OG, how you like to call them, give you advice, you have a choice to take with it or just shun it away and not do anything with it. So I'll say that. My older self.
Your future self.
So we talking about, what, 10 years from now?
Any age.
Any age.
80.
Enjoy your years now. Yeah, enjoy life now, because you never know when your last breath on this earth will be. That comes from this past year. A lot of close friends that I grew up with passed away at an early age, and I'm seeing now it's like you never know when your last breath is on this earth. So live every day to the fullest as much as you can. Travel. Oh my God, travel. Please get a passport. You got to see what's out there. I swear. I went to Jamaica with him for our birthdays.
We're in Jamaica.
We went to Montego Bay.
Oh, it was fire. I've been there twice.
Man, time of my life, I swear. And Thomas is gonna get his passport soon. We're trying to leave the country, so stay tuned on where the location will be. But yeah, for my old self, will probably just be we're going to Paris. I'll take Paris for sure. But older self would be live every day to the fullest. Like I said, you never know when your last day on this earth will be, so you can't look back. And once you're gone, nothing's coming with you. So spend all the money you got. You know what I mean? Don't hold back and don't wait.
You got it.
Yeah, right. Don't hold nothing back. Just you got 100. Spend that 100 and go make it right back. I like to tell Tom, I'll spend some bread, and that just the next week just makes me want to go harder and, you know what I mean, build my business up even more and just say, like, okay, now it's time to double back and keep going. So I like to grow. That's probably my thing.
We don't budget. We just work harder.
Literally.
That's how we do it.
Got to.
Appreciate having you on, man.
Sir.
Love you
Dontae
always.
Strickland.
Dontae Strickland, Top Dog Training. Check him out.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a
Thank
wrap.
you. One sec.
Word up.
Get the last name right.